What's going on, y'all? So this one gonna be real quick. We outside in the car. That's why you can probably hear it raining. Um, I just watched Spencer Confidential. It's the new Mark Wahlberg movie on Netflix. It's been out for I think like a week or so. And y'all hopefully seen my running Netflix movie review thing. So you know my opinion on Netflix movies are normally these are gonna be boring, atrocious, and what the fuck going on 90% of the damn movie because it's like Netflix won't make a movie that does not involve the M. Night Shyamalan twist at the end without having it be a sequel to a movie that doesn't exist. There's a lot of problems within Netflix. We know this. Okay, so anyway, I went into this movie going, man, I hope they did. I'm sitting there because I like Mark Wahlberg, right? Four Brothers is still one of my top ranked movies, man. Uh, so I'm just saying that because it's like with me, um, if I like one actor, it's because they catalog has been like insane. And Mark Wahlberg, I don't think even had a bad Transformers movie on his end. You dig what I'm saying? So that'd be like me blaming Ryan Reynolds for Green Lantern. It wasn't his fault. There was a lot of other factions. You dig what I'm saying? So I like Mark Wahlberg's movies. So anyway, my point being is for this to be a Mark Wahlberg movie, man, it reminded me of Shooter. It reminded me of Four Brothers. It showed you a lot of little pieces of like what he's done throughout his catalog, like the Italian Job. A lot of good choreographed fights were in this movie. The humor was good. I mean, shit. Even what's his name? Uh, who is that? Oh my god, why I don't know this guy's name? Because I don't listen to him. That's the real reason why. But no, this dude with the tattoo across his forehead is a barbed wire. He's got some wording on his face and shit. He's a rapper. He's a white dude. That much I know, and I don't know if his name is Post Malone or Mackle, Mackle something. I don't listen to him. I've seen him before. I know he raps. I don't listen to him, but I don't know his name because of the fact that I don't listen to him, but I recognize his face. He didn't do bad in this movie. Again, he had a walk on role. He had like okay, if I was to say there was a bad fight scene, it was his fight scene, and again, it's not his fault because the simple fact I don't think he's ever acted a day in his life, and this is a Mark Wahlberg movie after all, and usually Mark Wahlberg movies fight scenes are pretty decent and look really good executed. So I don't think it was his fault. I think it was just the fact that I think this was his first movie. I could be wrong. Um, but for me, yeah, this would be his first movie, and I don't know if he's good at a fight scene. I don't know. It didn't look that good. And like I said, he had that scene, and then the one with the interrogation phone call back and forth. That was really it. He really wasn't there that much. I thought it was gonna bug me. He was there, and it really didn't. So I was glad to see that. Um, Mark Wahlberg's sidekick in this movie is a tall, big motherfucker that don't say a whole lot, but he's a MMA fighter, and this movie reminds me of the Boondocks too. Holy shit! Granted, they're not related. It's not Four Brothers in that sense. It's just you have the old guy, you have the two young guys, and they're basically again. It's the setup of the movie, man. I mean, come on, man. The Boondock Saints, they're not really cops, but they're taking down the mob. They're going after people who just do bad. This is basically the same principle. So that's why I say that's why it reminds me of the Boondock Saints. Man, like I said, there's a lot of reason to like this movie. You're a Mark Wahlberg fan, you're gonna love this movie. The one thing that was not in this movie that's in almost every single Mark Wahlberg movie, aside from The Happening, is usually a chopper, a helicopter explodes. That didn't happen in this movie. Oddly enough, I think that was Netflix. But this is officially the first Netflix movie I can actually say I enjoyed. I watched it and forgot. I was like, this is a Netflix movie? Dude, that's fucking cool. Because it's one that I like. I didn't expect it to be one that I would actually like, and I actually gave it a thumbs up on the rating, something I don't really do. Most Netflix movies I give a thumbs down to because they just are the same, and you leave the movies with more questions than you have answers for. Like the questions you went in with, you might still leave with those same questions, yet you've now left with a whole nother movie worth of questions, and you are just more confused when watching a Netflix movie. And therefore, like I said, it's not, to me it's like it's not a Netflix movie. It's like it's a straight to DVD movie because again, it really rides on the fact this is a Mark Wahlberg movie, but it's not like it's not. I don't know why I think a lot of people think he's like just over the like just a lot of people can't take him too well. But I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, man, this isn't bad. Of course I like his movies, so you know I'm watching the world around him and everything else because I'm watching the movie, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm looking at this movie, and they're like, you need to get out of Boston. I'm like, this is a good look for Boston. They're bringing up Boston a lot. They're showing, real humanity in this movie with like the story not being too outrageously left field that you can't relate to it in some way of like this could never happen type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's more realistic type stories going on, and you know it. And I'm like, man, this is a good look. This is a real good look watching this movie. You know what I'm saying? Because we live where it's news is always terrible, but this is a good look right here. I like this. Um, man, I know Marky Mark. I know you from Boston too, my boy, and I respect that. I respect that. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, I love where I'm from. You dig what I'm saying? I'm from Georgia. You dig what I'm saying? So, and a lot of people are like, you sound like you from New York. My grandfather was. I got New York in my blood, Pippin. So it's a mix. That's why I tell people I'm like I'm mixed. I'm a mix of New York and I'm a mix of Georgia. So I'm like, you get the you get the weird middle part there. You dig what I'm saying? So um, anyway, definitely go check the movie out if you haven't yet. It's called Spencer's Confidential. This is the first movie. Honestly, Netflix, you need a sequel to this movie. You need this to become a regular running movie series. And as long as it stays up to par with the first one, you keep it going. Um, the way it ended definitely left for a sequel. Definitely left for a sequel. And I think these type of movies deserve their own like multiple movie like franchise movie basically. It's kind of like it reminds me of what is that? Uh Death Wish with Bruce Willis. Only like in the sense of the story, right? He's doing this because someone he loved got killed and murdered, right? And in the same sense, Spencer Confidential, he's doing the same thing because he's like, this is a good cop. This is a friend of mine before I went inside. This dude wouldn't do this. And then he goes on to find out, kind of like in Walking Tall as well. I'm sitting here trying to think of all these movies that are the exact same with their premise. It might just be tweaked a little bit. But yeah, we need some more movies like that. And the fact this movie was really good. This movie was really good. Although they did use a semi truck, that was fucking hilarious. Instead of a chopper being blown up this time, they used a semi truck and caused all kind of hell. Again, it's got some really good choreographic stunts. It's got some really good choreographed fights in there. I kept having a problem turning away. I found myself watching this movie more than being distracted by anything else, which is very rare when we talk about a Netflix movie on this side. So definitely go watch it. Let me know in the comments, what did you guys think about it? And I will see you guys on my next Netflix review. Pimpin'.